So as we mentioned, the next thing we're going to do is take a look at the core presents, or presents is what it's called. So if I'm in a property and I click on it, again, I went to, so how I got here, I expanded my dashboard in KvCORE, BoldTrails are already expanded. I went to listings, company listings, and then I went here to this first home. This is the same one I was working with the last video. And under more actions, I go to core presents. And then it's going to open up. As it says, get ready to win. It's going to load up that property and everything that I need to do. So if I was a seller or a buyer and I wanted to check the value of this property, kind of get an idea of what it is, how it's working, I can do this and you'll see how it works. First, it has the address. Hit next. Then it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Here's my square feet, everything. I hit next. It's going to open comparables. Now, when it opens it, don't worry about this map quite yet. You want to check here, property type, single family, bed, 3-bed. Now bath, it already has, I don't want up to 10 bath, I only want 3-bed, 2-bath. So I'm going to shrink that down. Square footage, it already does my 20% plus or minus. Super easy done. Year built is great. Close date, I like to do 9 months just to kind of get an idea of what's in the area. You could do 6, you could do 3, it doesn't matter, whatever you're comfortable with. For the video, I'm just showing 9. And then lot size is already good to go. Now above the map, there's a couple ways you can do this. I can zoom in and kind of show the whole subdivision. I'm trying to go back out a little bit so you can kind of see this is the whole subdivision area. But I don't want to get the whole subdivision. You see this little house? That's my subject property house. So if I come in, you can see the house a little bit better there. So of course, if you show, this is usually this is the subdivision right here. So this is the whole subdivision, but I don't need to be this a mile away from the subdivision. That's kind of silly. So I'm going to click on this mile up top and go to quarter mile. And now when it pulls it, I'm going to move it in again using their plus or minus. See now all these in this subdivision in the last 9 months have obviously sold in that subdivision in the last 9 months. So they look great. They're ready to go. So then once I have this at the bottom, it gives me my data that's important. I have 3 active matches, 2 pending, and 8 sold comps. So the great thing about this, it gives you comps for sold, pending, and active all at the same time. So it's really convenient, really easy to kind of show your client what's going on in that area. And then I'm going to hit next, build CMA. This was an easy one because it had everything all together for me. And then it's going to pull the data for me. We'll give it 1 second to pull. There it is. So at the top, it's going to show like this property is valid for today, et cetera, et cetera. And it's a market analysis. And this is the lot, this was the living area, the beds, the baths. If we wanted to change anything, we can come back and do that. And then if you wanted to add your own range, you could. But the great thing is you can see right now, the average pending comps right now in the market is 268. And if you can't remember how many pending, you go to the top. There were 2 pending, 3 active, and 8 closed. So the average active comps, which there's 3 of them, is 250, and closed puts you at 245. So based on all this information that the data just pulled for me, it's saying the average monthly list price is about 257 for this area. So if I pull KvCORE, they're at 265. Perfect. So right now, looking at what's already pending, that home is priced really good right now because it's right on track to be with the other pending comps. And also you can see this is only, not even 10,000 more, 7,000 or 8,000 more than the average in the market. So it's priced perfectly well. And if you want to see more details on it, all you do is click on it and it opens up. So then I can look at every month and see what the average list price and the average sale price was for that month. And I can see if there's any trends. So this is kind of a cool thing. And then when you close that, if I want to see what's happening in the market, so the average comp this has been in the market for over 20 weeks. So when I pull that up, it shows me how many comps, which if it's stale, trying to zoom in, but it's not really letting me very well. And then it's showing, okay, this home has been on the market. This home MLS, this is one of the comps right there. And it's been 16 to 18 weeks. You just match the colors up here. I think it might be 12, 14 or whatever it was. But this is showing that market homes are going to sit for 20 weeks. It's not going to be a 1-2 months. So you have to let you know what happened. But half of the closed comps took less than 77 days. So right now it's stale. But a lot of the comps before, they were only on the market for about 3 to 4 months and then they closed. So you can tell your client it should sell between 4 to 6 months if we price it correctly, which they did, of course. And then you have the average, the price per square feet, and you again open it up. This is the line which shows you the median point. So these are your price per square feet. And then you can look at the price range and the current shelf life. So right now, 94 days is kind of where most comps are sitting on the market. Now, if you like to work in price per square feet at the top, I have it set at total price. You can click that tab and it changes all this to price per square foot. Some sellers are really much more analytical and they want to know price per square foot. Some want to know total price. They're both there. And I would recommend doing a screenshot if you're using one or the other. Do a screenshot of the other one so you still have all that data. And now you have all these different ones you can go over. And then I'm going to hit create presentation. So this would be if I was thinking, okay, my client's like, I want to know what this home is worth, or I want to sell this home. Do you think is priced right? What can we do for a value of it? And then when I pull it up and it pops open like this, it's going to do this little presentation. I'm just going to hit next. As you can see, it shows value of an agent. Why should I work with an agent? Here's our data like we just talked about. It shows all the different comps and everything else. There's our monthly list price, everything we went over. Now this is great how to price it correctly. So it's saying if it's priced at market value, you get 60% of the current buyers. If it's priced only 10% below market value, you're going to get 75% of the current buyers interested. If you're priced at 15%, below market value, you'd be 90% potential buyers. And then again, if you're priced 10% above, you just lost half of your buyers. You're priced 15% above, you're down only 10% of buyers. So if you don't price it correctly, as you already know, price kills the listing if it's not done right. If you don't price it correctly, as this slide shows, you lose your listing. And then it kind of shows the buyer demand. You know, if people are buying right now, in this area we're showing, the buyer demand is lower. This is according to the MLS. See if it's going to show anything different there. So if I could do comparative supply, it lets you know kind of the comparables in the area. So these are all the active homes in that market. There's a whole bunch over here. I don't know if that's a new home community. I'd have to look since I just pulled this home. And this would give your client, you know, the law of supply and demand, of course, will show you what's going on. So right now, if I turn that off, it's going to show that to this area, there's not a lot of demand. But right around that area, there's a lot of demand on the outskirts because this is more right in this side here. It's probably some new homes in that area too. So that's some good data to share with your clients that way. Now this is really fun to look at. It shows how many people are active in that area and buyers looking in New Braunfels for homes like that, 291. So a lot of people say, how do I get more listings? What can I do? When you sit down with a sheet like this and they say, hey, I'm interested in such and such, looking here, you can say, I got you right here. I have 291 buyers right now looking for homes. And if you know how to do reverse prospecting, you can reverse prospect right back to them. And then you're going to talk about your marketing plan. We'll talk another video about a marketing plan. Hopefully you have one that you can go over with your clients. And then, of course, your social media, what you're going to do for your social media, and then your marketing, and then thank you to get started. So you can present and share. It can be a web version like it is now. You can turn it into a PDF like I just did. Either way works, and it's all the same type of thing as you walk through. It just depends which way you want to present it. This, of course, PDF is if you're going to print it out more. Web version would be if you're going to present it on your computer. So all this is very simple. So this is under your Presents tab, okay? So I showed you here, when you're under More Actions, you pick a house, you go to Present. I'm trying to find it again right in front of me. Core Presents. It might just say Presents. It might say Core Present. It just depends on what version you have. And when you start it, it had that address for this already, but you could put any address in here. So if you're doing a listing presentation and want to get some help just doing a rough idea, you can put any address in your MLS in your area and it pulls it and you can get the data that way. And it will help you load it up and get it done. This is a simple way to go through and use some of the power of your KvCORE. This can help you be able to justify comps and also to do a listing presentation automatically in KvCORE. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.